And a pleasant good evening to you and yours, and welcome to Raider Field here on the campus of Rockledge High School. Alan Slaughterzinski with you here tonight as we bring you Viera Hawk and Rockledge Raider baseball. And I apologize for the view, but Rockledge has got, you can't set up behind they have a weird fence lining which really doesn't permit us to set up behind the fence. So this is going to be the view tonight, but you do get to at least see somewhat the game here tonight. So the Rockledge Raiders and the Viera Hawks. Rockledge comes in at 13-7, 184 runs scored, 87 allowed. They are a plus 97 this season. They got Carter Kimberly on the mound for them. Let's take you through the outfield in center field. My guy, man, I'm going to tell you, I love watching this kid grow up, play Little League ball. Micah Cheatham. He's going to lead off as well. Over in right field is going to be Jason Casey, and or in the outfield, Jackson Casey. I apologize, Jackson Casey, and Aiden Contreras will be in right field tonight. Izzy Montanez will be at third base tonight. Your shortstop's going to be Gabriel Gonzalez. Your second baseman tonight, Caden Cross. And over at first base tonight is Kalen Townsend. Behind the dish tonight is going to be Brendan Spencer. And on the mound, Carter Kimberly. Brody Vogel's going to lead it off for Viera here against Kimberly. Vogel having quite the season this year. Kimberly's first pitch offering is upstairs, ball one. The 1-0 is 1-1. Nice pitch. One ball, one strike to the Hawks leadoff hitter, Brody Vogel. The 1-1 curveball upstairs and in 2-1. Vogel this season, 377, 26 hits for the Hawks. The 2-1 on its way is 2-2. Great pitch by Carter, and the count is even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carter leans in, gets the sign, looks, kicks, fires. Butte Clark, that's an absolute beaut of a pitch. Strike 3, looking, 1 out. Trey Slavic steps in. Slavic this season, 230. He's got 14 hits this year. That one snapped off, didn't break, 1-0. One. Boy, I'm telling you, man, he's buckling some knees early with that pitch. The 1-1. Foul tipped back into the catcher's mitt, and he is ahead of Slavic, 1-2. The on-deck hitter is Brady Jensen. Two. So for the second consecutive batter, he's gone 2-2. Um, no defending Brevard Sports Network Player of the Year tonight in Jonathan Matos. Matos taking the night off tonight here. So suffered a little injury. Just taking it easy tonight. We don't talk about injuries. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 3-2. Slavic has battled back and is now ahead 3 balls and 2 strikes. I want to thank athletic director and Rockledge manager Greg Claiborne. Claiborne Low and outside for ball four. Greg Claiborne, 25 years here at Rockledge, 34 years altogether, and 654 career wins. At the pace the Raiders win year in and year out, he will hit 700 wins sometime in 2027. Brady Jensen steps in, and Jensen's been hitting the cover off the ball this year. And this one, first pitch swinging, that's going to get down for a base hit. And holding up at second is Slavic. Jensen at first. And the Hawks got a little something brewing here in the first inning as Brady Jensen goes first pitch fishing, and he comes up with a hit. And Dominic Leone steps in. So first and second with one out, Leone this year. .309. Bradley Mishock will come in and run for the catcher, Brady Jensen. Leone. See if he bunts here, or this is a grass infield. No dirt at all anywhere. Meaning, and there's a shot to the shortstop. 6-4 and over to first. Not in time for the double play, but a nice job by the Raiders. As Slavic so the designated hitter, Jay Fowler, will step in. Or, I'm sorry, check that, Aiden Cameron. Cameron will step in. Nearly had it turned. Leone, just too fast. And, Dominic Leone took off running, and he was limping the whole way down to second. Not a good sign. That's a catcher's indifference, not a stolen base. So now second and third, first base open with Aiden Cameron at the dish. That's a beaut right there, strike. So a little first inning trouble here for Carter Kimmerly. But 2 outs. Hit him. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs as Aiden Cameron gets popped in the calf. And Jay Fowler, the DH, will step in. So still 2 outs. Bases juiced. Everywhere you look is a Hawk. Kimberly now, as pitching coach Tom Mandello watches. There's a pitch. And this is popped straight up. And it should get him out of the inning. And called and hauled for out number 3. So the Hawks, strand 3, aren't able to cash in. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 left. We go to the bottom of the first. The Hawks nothing. And Rockledge coming up. All right, welcome back. On the mound tonight for Viera is Caden Jensen. And Jensen this season has been an ace for certain, no doubt about that. 39 and a third innings pitched, 16 hits, 12 runs, 5 of them earned, 20 walks, 46 strikeouts. Jensen has opponents hitting just 122 off of him, and his ERA is 0.89, and he's 4-1 this season. Micah Cheatham will step in. I think Orville just called him Micah Cheetah. And Micah having a year, batting over 400 this year. But if you saw him play young, you knew this was the kind of career he was going to have. I only have stats updated through 25 at-bats for Rockledge, so sorry about that. That one goes right back to the backstop. But I've seen a lot of these kids growing up playing youth ball. A lot of these kids play together over at Viera. And, it's been a lot of fun watching these guys get to this point. That's a beaut on the inside. Cheatham takes. I cannot see an inkling of that scoreboard. That's a strike as well. 2 strikes now to Cheatham. Again, my apologies for the whole net thing tonight. It just is what it is. The pitch. It's low. Nice AB for Micah. And Rockledge doesn't steal a lot of bases, but Micah Cheatham definitely a threat to go. As we get the walk-up music. Waiting for Orville to give the batter here. I believe it's going to be number 10, Caden Cross, who's playing. Yeah, he's playing second base tonight, Cross. I got stuck in the I got here late because I got stuck in the funeral procession for Junie, the sheriff's dog, who passed away. So I got delayed by about 20, 25 minutes. I didn't get a chance to get Rockledge's lineup. So I'm kind of going through it as Orville announces it. And I shouldn't say got stuck. I was honored to be able to witness the procession of Junie, Sheriff Ivy's main dog, upstairs and inside. On deck, is number 27. I believe it's Landon Norton. But we'll find out. Jensen. That's a strike. Three and one now. Runner at first, Micah Cheatham. 3 balls and a strike to the hitter, Caden Cross. Pitch in the dirt. And not a good start for Jensen as he has issued back-to-back walks here to start this one. And talking. Yeah, so it is going to be Landon Norton, the DH. So Norton steps in. So I was talking to David last week. I think it was the Bayside game. We were chit-chatting and told him, how well he was throwing the ball. And he said, well, he got himself into some trouble the week before with some control issues. So we'll see if he works out of it here. He's got his brother behind the dish in Brady Jensen. If anybody knows how to settle him down, it's Brady. And there's a strike. From left to right in the Hawks outfield, it's Aiden Cameron in left, Dominic Leone in center. And over in right field is Zach Alarashi. Alarashi with a 2-run jack Friday night to propel the Hawks to a 2-0 win over Vero Beach. The one nice off-speed pitch, 0-2. Around the infield is Caden Doherty at third. Your shortstop is Brody Vogel. Your second baseman is Trey Slavic. Over at first, Brennan Confreda. And again, behind the plate is Brady Jensen. The 0-2 is 0-3. And Jensen comes back after issuing back-to-back walks and throws 3 straight pitches for 3 straight strikes. 1 out. Gabe Gonzalez steps in. The shortstop. 1 out now with runners at first and second. And that's fouled out of play down the left field line. I'm glad it's that way and not that way. And that's low. Nice pitch. So I think the count's 1-2. Jensen kicks and fires in the dirt. Nice stop by Brady. Two. And that one is lifted into the gap, cut off, but that will definitely plate Micah Cheatham. Down to third base goes Caden Cross, and Gonzalez with an RBI single to score Micah Cheatham, and the Raiders are on the board first. So Gonzalez with a single. Izzy Montanez will step in. That's a single, and he took second on the throw to third. So Izzy Montanez fouls the first pitch off. Runners at second and third now. Still just 1 out. Upstairs, 1-1. So Caden Jensen. Oh, nice pitch. Frozen, locked him up, and that's a strike. Beautiful night for baseball. All right. 2 strikes. Jensen needs this out. First base is open, though. Popped up. That is exactly where I was parked. It was. I unloaded and moved. And that, Tough play. Alarashi on the run, but wisely tagging up. Nice job by Caden Cross on the tag up. And Izzy Montanez will get a sack fly. RBI. Gonzalez goes to third. Jackson Casey steps in. And he did his job there. Had to get that ball out of the infield. He did it, and it scored a run. 2-0. Rockledge on top. And Caden starts him off with a strike. And listen, Caden knows this. He knows that walks kill you. Obviously, that's what just scored. Strike two. So 0-2 to Casey, the right fielder. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. But not before. The Rockledge Raiders score 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the top of the second. The Raiders 2, Viera nothing. Brennan Confreda, Caden Doherty, and Zach Alarashi do up here in the top of the second inning for Viera. They trail 2-0. And Brennan Confreda batting 271. Brennan Confreda batting 271 this year. 16 hits. The southpaw steps in. And Confreda with a high chopper to the first baseman. Nice job waiting on it. And over to first for the first out. 2 ways to play that. The first way may have got you with an error. Usually I tell you to charge the ball, but that time, wise to wait. So Confreda grounds out, and Caden Doherty will step up. And Doherty takes the first pitch and drops it. That's trapped. Base hit for Caden Doherty. And Doherty leads off. Or not leads off, but second up. And that'll bring up the hit number 9 hitter, Zach Alarashi. Zach with a 2-run home run on Friday against Vero Beach to help the Hawks to a 2-0 win. Did that in the 7th inning. Upstairs, ball 1. One and 0 to Zach. Runner at first is Aiden Cameron. I'm sorry, Doherty. Doherty's at first. Caden Doherty. Only took me 12 games not to call him Doherty. Pitch. And off and running goes Doc. That ball is launched into center field. And that had to slip. And down to second base with a stolen base is Doherty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. So Doherty at second, Alarashi at the dish. That's back behind me. And long strike. Want to thank Chrissy Lindback and Chrissy Knows for her sponsorship. Doherty at second, top of the second. 2-0 Rockledge. The pitch. Nice. Well, looked good, but did not break back in. Alarashi this season, all the way up to 278. And then, of course, the double or the home run the other night. Bounces. Nice job by the catcher to keep it in front. Carter Kimmerly on the bump. I believe it's 3-2 to Zach Alarashi. First base open. Doherty at second. The pitch. And that's going to be ball 4. And now it's first and second with 1 out. And back to the top of the Hawks lineup with Brody Vogel. Vogel struck out window shopping his last time up. And here comes Greg Claiborne out to have a word. Always a great crowd here at Rockledge. Always. All right, Vogel. Looked at a couple of pitches last time he just didn't like. Let's see. I think Claiborne was reminding him of where he got those strikes at. And, yeah, he goes right back to that curveball that he got him buckled on. Oh, that would have been a great catch, but unable to haul it in. Nice try, though. Good hustle. And I'm quite sure that Coach Claiborne was reminding him it was on the outside portion of that plate with the breaking pitch that he got Vogel locked up a little bit. So he comes back with that first pitch curveball. Well, let's see where he goes here with the second pitch to Vogel. Runners at first and second, 1 out on the ground out by Confreda. Inside, another good stop by the catcher. What's up, big guy? Good, man. And Vogel gets under it, but it is playable. And behind the pole for the second out to Izzy Montanez. And that is the second out, and Trey Slavic steps in. Slavic walked his last time up. So Slavic with an opportunity here. Dan Widener, the first base coach. Matt Gifford in his second season down at third. First pitch to Slavic, outside ball one. Just got a sports update that said NFL players want to play flag football in the Olympics. I don't know what to think about that. Just misses 2-0. Brady Jensen on deck. And you don't want him up with the bases loaded. The 2-0 is 3-0. Three balls and no strikes. Got to come with one here. There it is. The proverbial 3-0 strike. And now Kimberly and Slavic can play the 3-1 game. Outside, ball four. And the bases are loaded for the Hawks' most prolific hitter, Brady Jensen. Brady Jensen this year, as we told you what his average was, but what you also need to know about Brady is he drives in a few runs. He leads the team with 21 of those this year. Jensen. And he's first pitch swinging again, hoping that gets nope, and it's popped up and out of play, but caught. And that is the third out of the top of the second. No runs, one hit, no errors, three more Hawks left on, 6 runners left on, and 2 innings. We go to the bottom of the second. Rockledge 2, Viera nothing. Caleb Townsend leads off the bottom of the second. First baseman who made the last out on Brady Jensen's pop-up. First pitch in the dirt, ball one. Kalen Townsend. And Townsend rocks one to deep center, but Dom Leone is there to track it and haul it for out number one. And that's going to bring up number 28, A.J. Contreras. And he lifts one high in the air. This could be trouble, though. Nope, yep. And it'll drop in. It'll be a line drive in the book. And that's a one-out single.
Contreras with a nice hit into left field and put a runner at first base with one out. Brings up the catcher, number 25, Brendan Spencer, one out.
As Brendan Spencer steps in, the catcher. And these guys definitely got their walk-up music ready. That's about 14 copyrights heading my way. Spencer shows bunt, and that went over his head for ball one. Signs being given from the dugout by Coach Claiborne. Shows it again. Nice bunt down the line, but foul. And when I said that what I meant was like if they bunt, there's no dirt, it's grass. It is a dirt infield. It's grass down the lines. 2-0 Rockledge here at the bottom of the second inning. Caden Jensen facing Brendan Spencer. Pitch. Shows bunt again. Fouls this one off, and that'll take the bunt off with 2 strikes. With a 2 strike, he shows bunt again. Woo my. Woo my. Wow. and back in we go. I have no idea what's coming up now. He's bunting and struck out. So that's a strikeout. Second time this year we've seen that. Micah Cheatham. Micah Cheatham steps in. And 2 outs. Cheatham, his last time up, walked and came around to score the Raiders' first run. Chest high strike. Jensen with a peek over at the runner. Ball one. 1-1. Good take by Micah. And it's 2-1. Yeah, Micah's not going to give you nothing. Yeah, he's not going to give Caden anything. Caden's going to have to. He's going to have to fill the zone with guys like Cheatham. The 2-1 is fouled up and just out of play. And now it's Deuces Wild here. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-0. And yes, if you want to get complex, we're in the second inning. So a lot of 2s on the table here with number 5 at the dish. Jensen eyes the signal from Jensen. Kicks and fires. And Cheatham. That's just a great pitch. Not a lot Cheatham could do with that. Jensen made a beautiful pitch, and that ends the inning. So runner stranded, We go to the third, 2-0, Rockledge. All right, Dominic Leone leads it off here in the top of the third. Leone reached on the fielder's choices last time. Leone limped down to second base, but I guess he's okay. Here's the pitch. Oh, nice curveball. Chopper down to Montanez, up and over to first. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And Aiden Cameron will step in. Cameron, his last time up, was hit by the pitch. Strike one. A little more outside, but the off-speed pitch, and it's 1-1 to Aiden. That's ball two. And that's ball three. So 3-1 to Aiden. Swing and a miss. Great pitch by Kimberly, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes here at the top of the third, 2-0. Rockledge. And that ball is lifted down the right field line. And nice track, nice call. That's Jackson Casey out there making that play as J.J. Fowler steps in. J.J. Fowler, last time up, popped up to the shortstop. Fowler looks at a curveball low. Ball one. Just misses 2-0. And Fowler draws a 2-out walk. Brennan Confreda steps up. Confreda grounded out to the first baseman his last time up. And Confreda with a hard shot into right field. Fowler around second, and he'll be close at third. Fowler's gone. What a throw from right field. Spot on out there. Great job by Jackson Casey.
Fowler is gunned down at third base by the Raiders. That will be the third out. Confretti with a base hit.
Brennan Confreda will get the third out of the inning at third base. So anyway, Confreda, Aiden Doherty will lead it off next inning, but just tough to get tough to make the third out at third base. We'll be back. All right, welcome back. Oh, it was never muted. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome back here. Caden Jensen back out. Caden Cross steps in. Cross walked his last time up and would come around to score the Raiders' second run. Jensen's first pitch offering to him is a little nubbler. This is going to be a tough play, and it won't be made. And down to second base on an error will go Cross. Good hustle. Actually, here's how I'm going to score it. Yeah, I was going to say, that's a base hit and an error to second on the throw. So I'm going to give Caden a base hit and down to second on the error. So there we go. Fair for everybody. And that'll bring up Landon Norton, who struck out his last time up. So runner at second. And nobody out here to start the bottom of the third for the Raiders. Greg Claiborne looking for career win 655 tonight. Matt Gifford, 32. In all fairness, Coach Claiborne has been doing this for 32 more years. 25 right here at Rockledge. Pitch just below the knees. Juno. That got him. That hit him in the helmet. So, uh-oh. I thought it hit the helmet. Yeah, it hit the helmet. It hit the top of the helmet. There's a different sound a ball makes when it hits a bat and the sound a ball makes when it hits a helmet. That was a helmet sound. Gabe Gonzalez steps up. Gabe with a base hit his last time up. So the wild pitch will advance the runners. I hope Caden's okay. He just doesn't seem like himself tonight. Normally you don't. I mean, he'll go through control issues for an inning, maybe an inning and a third, but nothing like we've seen tonight so far through 3. He's really not been able to hone in his pitches, which is unusual for a guy with a sub-1 ERA and a 4-1 record, and that's going to be a base hit, and that'll score 1 Rockledge run, and it's 3-0 as Caden Cross touches up.
Gonzalez with an RBI single that will score across from third. Going to third is Norton. Runners on the corners now for the Raiders, and that brings up third baseman number 2,
Izzy Montanez will step in. He had a sac fly RBI his last time up. So we're gonna see if Viera can put on a play here. Still nobody out in the bottom of the third. 3-0 Rockledge. Station to station here. But they don't run. And they didn't there, and it's strike 1. Signs delivered. Pitch, and that's a shot, and they're going to double off Gonzalez. Nice play by Slavic, and that's 2 quick outs.
Lines out to the second baseman over the first for the double play. And that'll be the second out of the inning, and with a runner at third and 2 outs brings up right fielder number 17, Jackson Casey.
Jackson Casey will step in. Casey struck out window shopping. Or no, he swung. He was swinging. So still a runner at third, but now 2 outs, and Jackson Casey picks it up with an RBI 2-out single, and it's 4-0.
Casey with the base hit in the left field that will score Norton from third, second run of the inning.
Landon Norton scores, and
That will bring up first baseman number 7,
Kalen Townsend steps in, and that's first pitch sitting right there. That's sitting on a strike. As Contreras is on deck. Townsend is hit, and Jensen just not his night.
Townsend hit with a pitch that'll put runners at first and second for the Raiders with 2 outs. That brings up left fielder number 28, A.J. Contreras.
A.J. Contreras steps up. Contreras singled his last time up. And this is lifted and playable for Slavic. He calls and hauls. Slavic made all 3 outs. And that'll end the inning, but not before the Rockledge Raiders score 2 more runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. We'll be back with the top of the 4th right here on Brevard Sports Network. Caden Doherty steps in. Doherty singled his last time up, I believe. At least that's what I got marked off. And there's a chopper foul. Top of the fourth inning, 4-0. Rockledge. On a beautiful night for baseball. In the dirt. There's a shot up the middle, and I mean literally up the middle. And a 2-for-2 night for Doherty. Zach Alarashi will step in. Zach.
Number 44, the number 9 hitter. Number 9, Zach Alarishi.
So it's Zach Alarashi, not Brody Vogel. And down to second base. That throw is also nearly launched into center field. And down to second base goes Doherty. And again, my apologies for the view, but this is what we got. There is nowhere here to set up a camera with which we can shoot over the top. I'm not climbing up there. 4-0. Popped up, but out of play. I mean, this would be the perfect view with no net, but I'd be dead by the third inning. Bunt it. All these people, no protection. Oh, that's a great view. Four to nothing, Raiders on top. Rockledge looking to extend a winning streak over Viera. Nice pitch. And that's a strikeout. It's the second strikeout of the night. And Brody Vogel steps in. So Vogel tonight has struck out and popped out. And that's back up the middle. That should, nope, won't be able to get the run around. But first and third with 2 outs. And Trey Slavic coming up. One out. One out. One out. So 1 out and runners at the corners here. Chance for Viera to get a little closer here. How's your brackets looking? Kimberly, first pitch offering to Slavic. And no shot. So now second and third. And a chance to score 2. Kimberly's 1-0. 2-0. Rockledge is 20-4 all time. No, I'm sorry, it's the wrong team. My bad. No, it is. It's 20-4. Rockledge is 20-4 all time against Viera. Swing and a miss. They have won 2 in a row and 5 of the last 7 against the Hawks. The Hawks won 2 in a row in 22 and 23, but this has been a series dominated by Rockledge baseball. Fouled back. And Rockledge won twice last year in a span of 9 days, 4-0 and 5-4. One of those was the Cape Coast Conference Championship, I think. The 2-2 is a little soft ground. That'll score a run. And it will, the air has opened up the inning here as Vogel goes to third. So the throw was hurried from the shortstop. So the Hawks get their first run of the game on a Slavic sacrifice, fielder's choice. And he will go, no, he'll stay at first. Vogel advances to third on the air. No, Slavic reaches on an air, E6. And this is, okay, I got it. I'm all good. All right, I think I got it all figured out. He's on for the air. And this is Brady Jensen. And inside, Brady has swung at the last 2 first pitches up. And this time looks at the first pitch, and it's inside for a ball. Big-time RBI opportunities out there for the Hawks' leading hitter. Brady, pitch, and Jensen to the third baseman, bobbled 3 times and gets him. Hard hit, but not hard enough. Nice play by Izzy Montanez. So it's up to Dominic Leone with 2 outs.
And that brings up the center fielder, number 2, Dominic Leone.
The Hawks have stranded 7 base runners in 3 innings tonight. And there's 2 more out there now. 4 of those in scoring position. Nice stop by the catcher. 1-0. Kimberly trying to limit the damage. Curveball for a strike. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Now I'm able to see the white dots at the top of the scoreboard. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. The pitch. And that one is lifted into left field, but right at him. He falls down and makes the catch. My goodness gracious. They make it interesting sometimes, these student athletes, don't they? That one right there is hauled in for the third and final out. The Hawks get a run on 2 hits and an error. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 4-1. Brendan Spencer leads it off here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 4-1, Rockledge on top. And watching Caden Jensen warm up, doing some stretching before he, warmed up. Before he appears to be okay. That's a nice pitch, just doesn't come back enough for him. And it's 1-1 to catcher Braden Jensen, who is playing a role tonight I don't think he expected to play. And that our reigning player of the year, Jonathan Matos, is hurt. Not going to be out long. We don't discuss injury, so that's that. But he's not playing tonight. Swing and a miss. Great pitch. 1 out. Micah Cheatham will step on now. Cheatham tonight struck out looking his last time up and walked. And Micah came in batting over 400 tonight. I've seen Micah do some damage. Good eye. And it's 1-0. Jensen's got a little more snap on that pitch than he did a little earlier. Ooh. 2-0. Chopper foul. To the backstop, 3-1. Not the guy you want on. 3 balls and a strike here in the bottom of the fourth. 4-1 Raiders on top. Jensen to Cheatham. Ball 4. And for the second time tonight, Cheatham has a walk. Caden Cross will step up. And Caden's had a night. Walk and a single. But he's had some good at-bats. And we'll see if Coach Claiborne asks him to try to bunt for a hit here or just hit away. You see Cheatham at first. And Caden with a toss over to keep him close. There's a strike right down. US 1. 0-1. That's fouled back. 0-2. So quickly ahead is Jensen. See what the pitch is here. Waiting on it. Nice G. That's just a nice piece of hitting. Really is with 2 strikes, and then that's a mistake by Caden.
Cross with a base hit into left field. That'll put runners at first and second for the Raiders with 1 out. Brings up the designated hitter, number 27, Landon Norton.
That's just a really nice piece of hitting. And Landon Norton steps in. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Struck out back into first. Caden will tell you he'd love to have that one back. That gets away, and down to third goes Cheatham, and down to second base goes Cross, and first base is open now, and second wild pitch of the night. Jensen just not on his game. And here comes the pitching coach to have a chit-chat. I cannot see any resemblance of a bullpen here. But I would imagine somebody's in it throwing. And that's what this conversation is all about. With one out and the number 4 hitter up. First base is open. We're only 3 runs down. You know, let's just know what our options are here. You don't have to put anything up on a tee at this point. Fouled back. That's a good first pitch. Get ahead. You got to throw that first pitch strike. Situation, especially in situations like this, you got to get ahead. Now Norton. And I'll tell you what, Norton's on it, and Jensen's throwing strikes, so an opportunity here for Caden to pick up a big out. This will be an interesting third pitch in this at bat here. That hit the bat. And see, there's the difference in the sound. You can hear a helmet being hit and then a bat. That sounds like a bat getting hit. So inside. Last one nicked him on the head. And that was the pitch he looked for. That ball is carried deep into left field, caught, and that will easily score Micah Cheatham, who's got wheels for sure. And it's 5-0. And Landon Norton does his job with a sac fly RBI. And that's 2 outs. Gabe Gonzalez steps in. So Landon Norton picks up an RBI. And Gabe Gonzalez, the lefty, steps in. And Gonzalez, first pitch swinging, fouls it off and out of play. 0-1. So what do y'all think of these new bats, huh? I can tell you this. Major League Baseball is not going to ban them. Anything that puts balls over the wall puts butts in seats. 1-1. And that's a base hit with 2 outs and around second. And on his way to score the 6th run of the night is Caden Cross. And it's 6-1 Rockledge on a solid piece of hitting by Gabe Gonzalez.
Put a runner at first base for the Raiders with 2 outs and 2 runs in. That will bring up your third baseman, number 2, Izzy Montanez.
And a solid piece of hitting there by Gonzalez again. And that is going to do it for Caden Jensen tonight. Just not Caden's night tonight. And we'll step aside. This pitching change brought to you by Walden Custom Builders. Back in a second to tell you who the new Hawk Hurler is. All right, the new Hawk hurler is going to be Brennan Confreda. Confreda, 26 in the third innings pitched this year. 9 hits, 12 runs, 7 of them earned. 15 walks, 40 strikeouts this year. Teams are batting just .096 off of Brennan, and he's got a 1.86 ERA. Southpaw hurler. And he comes in with a 5-run deficit, 6-1 all. Runs charged to Caden Jensen, who pitched his heart out, but just didn't have the control he was looking for tonight. Brennan says, I need 2 more. He'll get 2 more. Over to first base now for Viera will go Ryan Ott. And the runner at first is still Jensen's responsibility, and that'll bring up Izzy Montanez.
Now pitching for the Viera Hawks, number 3, the left-hander, Brendan Confreda.
Well, he got the right name. He got the last name right that time. Screwed up the first. 6-1. I love Orville. Orville's a great dude. Him and Steve, so many years doing so much for the Rockledge athletics, the Rockledge community. And that's going to be ball 2 right down the middle. 2-0. But it was a little low. Swing and a miss on the fastball by Confreda. Stephen Orville, just a ton of stuff here in Rockledge. Then not even sports-related stuff that they've done. My mentors through the years. Swing and a miss. And deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And guess what? Number 2 is at the plate. The 2-2 on its way. Is a hard ground ball. Vogel up and over to first. Ott with it, and that'll end the inning. Confreda comes in, but not before. Rockledge picks up 2 more, and we head to the top of the 5th. Raiders 6, Hawks 1. All right, Aiden Cameron steps in. Pitch. He's upstairs for ball 1. All right, go Viera. That ball is rocked down the first baseline, but a good job back behind the bag to pick it up. Townsend, nice job. And that's a Jay Fowler will step in. Pitch is a strike. Foul back. Six-one, Rockledge on top. Foul back, and Fowler stays alive. Oh, what a catch! Da-da-da! Da-da-da! That is a web gem extraordinaire. Nice play by Brendan Spencer, and we got it. That is the play of the night right there.
And that will be out number 2, and that will bring up first baseman number 3, Brennan Confreda.
Brennan Confreda steps in. Inside. Man, what a catch. Sometimes you're in the right spot for stuff like that, and we got it. Net and all. I'm not sure what's. That's just making sure he's okay. Six-one, Confreda looking at 1-0. Here, Confreda tonight has popped out and walked. And this one is skied into left center. Cheatham calls and hauls for out number 2.
Confreda flies out to Cheatham.
Out number 3, I'm sorry.
That will be out
And that'll end the inning.
for the Hawks.
And we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. 6-1. All right, welcome back here to Raider Field as we start the bottom of the fifth inning. Rockledge Raiders on top, 6-1. As Jackson Casey will step in.
For the Raiders, right fielder number 13, Jackson Casey.
Casey has singled and struck out tonight. And there's a chopper down to the third baseman. One pitch, one out. Kalen Townsend will come up. He was hit by a pitch and flied out.
To third base, that will be the first out of the inning. The line score for the starting pitcher for Viera Hawks, Caden Jensen, went 3 2/3 inning, gave up 6 runs, 7 hits, had 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, pitched to 22 Raider batters. Hitting now to first baseman number 7, Kalen Townsend.
Kalen Townsend steps in. Jensen 3 2/3, 6 runs, 7 hits, and 3 strikeouts. And that ball is roped into the gap. And Leone does a den of his own. And that is out number 2.
Runs that one down in center field, and that will be out number 2.
A.J.
That will bring up left fielder number 28, A.J. Contreras, 2 outs.
Contreras steps in. So some great defense here in the fifth inning. First from the Rockledge catcher, second from Dominic Leone. And A.J. Contreras steps in with 2 outs. And looks at ball 1. Same spot. And the batter swings. Strike 1. Inside, 2-1. I love the quickness with which Confredo works. The 2-1 on its way. Oof. Oof. 3-1. 3 balls and a strike, 2 outs. Ball 4. Here comes the man with the web gem as he takes off his shin guards. Brandon Johnson.
Brings up the catcher, number 25, Brendan Spencer.
Brandon Spencer, I'm sorry. Where did I get Johnson from? Yeah, Brendan Spencer. I don't know where I got Johnson from. My apologies. Foul back and out of play. Batter asked for and is granted time. That's a strike. 0-2 now. Confredo looking to finish off Spencer here in the bottom of the fifth. That is ball 1 on the outside corner. That might have been a strike. The 1-2 is a curveball that didn't curve, and it's 2-2. So Deuce is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with 2-5 in the box. Bottom 5 we are. 6-1 Rockledge. The pitch. And that ball is lined down the right field line, but foul. Upstairs, 2-2. That ball is shot to Vogel up and throws it away. It's going to be an error on Brody Vogel, and both runners will advance. And now second and third with 2 outs. And back to the top of the lineup with Micah Cheatham. So with 2 outs, Rockledge have runners at second and third with 2 outs, and Confreda should have been out of the inning there. Oh, we're okay. Perfect. I'm not even going to question it. Looks like both lacrosse games are up and running, so that's good. Ryan Lee comes in to run for the catcher, and Micah Cheatham to face Brennan Confreda here. The pitch. Curveball drops in for strike one. Good-looking pitch by Brennan. The pitch, and that's a base hit up the middle, and Micah Cheatham makes them pay. That'll score 2 runs, and the Rockledge Raiders lead it 8-0, or 8-1.
Cheatham comes through with a single for 2 RBIs, and the Raiders put 2 on the board here in the bottom of the 5th. And with the runner at first base and 2 outs, brings up second baseman number 10, Caden Cross.
There you go. Tap in for me. Nice piece of hitting by Micah there. In the dirt. Good stop by Brady. Two outs. The first run, well, they're both unearned because they should have been out of the inning. So those are not going to be charged to Brennan Confreda. Those will be unearned runs. But Micah Cheatham with the base hit. Popped up and playable. First baseman, Ott, nobody calls, and that drops into fair territory. And the Hawks have not sure what's going on here, but that's a base hit by Caden Cross.
Single runner. Cheatham goes to third. Runners on the corners now for the Raiders with 2 outs, and that brings up his designated hitter number 27,
And Micah Cheatham moves all the way to third, and it's now first and third with 2 outs. And Landon Norton's up. And Landon fouls this off and out of play. Let's say Landon gets a hold of one here. I don't think he will. But if he does and launches it with the wind, this thing would be over. Pitch. Curveball is a beaut. And 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. to Norton. And there's a ground ball foul. Nice pitch by Brennan. That ball, a lot of movement on it. 12-6 it looked like. 2 more runs this inning. 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and now 2 in the fifth. Makes it 8-1. And that ball gets through. That will score the 9th run. And I'm not sure what's going on with the Hawks in the field tonight. Caden Doherty. It's an error. Viera having their problems tonight fielding the baseball.
That brings up the shortstop, number 8, Gabe Gonzalez.
Gabe Gonzalez steps in now, 9-1. Rockledge on top. And Gonzalez with a chopper down to Ott. He will touch the bag, and the Hawks finally get out of the inning with 2 outs. But not before the Raiders score 3 times and lead it 9-1. We go to the top of the 6th inning, and it should be Doherty, Alarashi, and Vogel. And I think if you're Viera, the thing you have to be concerned about is over the last 2 games, even though you won against Vero Beach, over the last 13 innings, you've played at 3 runs.
Now pitching for the Rockledge Raiders, number 21, Dylan Turner.
Dylan Turner takes over for the Raiders. I don't have any stats on them. Coach Claiborne elects to post his stats at the end of the season, and the stats that I have from Space Coast Baseball aren't close to being updated properly. So Dylan Turner steps in to pitch. Caden Doherty's first pitch look is upstairs for a ball. That's a strike. 1-1. Yeah, there's Jonathan over there. I'm looking at Jonathan Matos in a walking boot on his left ankle. Pitch. Swing and a miss on the high heat, and it's 1-2. Doherty. No. Laid off of it that time. I'm hearing thunder in the distance. It's that time of the year. And they say he went.
Johnny looks to strike three,
And that'll be
out of the inning, and we go back
strike
to the
three
top
looking.
we go to the right fielder, number 44.
Zach Alarashi steps in. Zach Alarashi steps in. That's a strike on the outside corner. Painted nicely. And Alarashi from behind. Coach Gifford looks at him and says, we need base runners. And the high heat again makes it 0-2. And that's a shot up the middle. And Zach Alarashi with a one-out base hit here. His second of the night. That'll bring up the top of the order and Brody Vogel.
With the base hit up the middle, that'll put a runner at first base for the Hawks. And with one on and one out, we go back to the top of the lineup, and that will be the shortstop, Brody Vogel.
Brody Vogel steps in. He struck out, popped up, and singled and was stranded. I cannot imagine we're going to get anybody running here. And there he goes. And into right field, and Alarashi makes the turn on his way to third. And, okay. Little hit and run there, down 8. And Trey Slavic steps in. Slavic tonight, a couple of walks and a sacrifice, but nice piece of hitting by Vogel to go the other way. Alarashi took off. The second baseman drifted towards the bag, and Vogel put it where he wasn't. It's called a hit and run. So now Turner with runners at the corner and one out with Slavic at the plate. And this time, that's a good idea by Turner because he's going to go eventually. They're going to take the second base back for it's a catcher's indifference, not a stolen base. But the bottom line is you might catch him leaning. There he goes. And they take the shot, and the ball ends up in center field. And Zach Alarashi will score the second Hawk run of the night. And it's 9-2. And down to second base goes Brody Vogel. And they took a shot, so that's a stolen base. No catcher's indifference there. That's a stolen base. (9-2) now is our score. Still one out. Slavic. The 1-0 is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. 7-run lead for the Raiders. Turner in for Kimmerly. Way upstairs, 3-0. That's ball 4. Slavic was waiting for the proverbial strike on 3-0. Didn't come. And Brady Jensen steps in.
First and second for the Viera Hawks with 1 out.
So first and second with Jensen at the dish. Jensen tonight grounded out, popped out, and grounded out 0 for 3. And here comes Greg Claiborne. And will he make a call to the bullpen here? Coach Claiborne played at Florida State on some of those great Seminole teams. You know the story. Played with the Paul Sorrentos and Deion Sanders of the world. So Brady Jensen, the wind's blowing out. If he can get a hold of one,
For the Viera Hawks, the catcher, number 21, Brady Jensen.
he can certainly give it a go. First pitch offering to Brady. And Brady hits one deep to left field, way back, but hauled in. And both runners will have to get back as Jensen just missed it. Nice play out there to track that by the left fielder in the breeze. It's not an easy play.
Jensen flies out to left field. That will be out number 2, and with runners at first.
And you got to show some, got to give some love.
Fielder number 2, Dominic Leone.
I believe that's A.J. Contreras out there, I think. And Jensen just missed a 3-run bomb as Dominic Leone steps in. But a good track. One and 0 to Dom. And Dom with a blooper up the, well, yep, blip, whatever you want to call it. And it's hauled in by the second baseman. And a little pop-up is out number 3. And we head to the bottom of the 6th, 9-2. So we got a new Viera pitcher, but before we tell you about him, let's tell you about Carter Kimmerling's night. 5 innings, 1 run, 5 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a good job by him as he stands to pick up the W. And on the bump now for Viera is number 30. That's Declan McBride. McBride this season, 17 on the 3rd innings pitched. 6 hits, 14 runs, 11 of them earned, 5 walks, 19 strikeouts. McBride this season with a 4.44 ERA. He is 1-2. Teams are batting .088 against him. So as McBride warms up, we'll be right back with the bottom of the 6th.
Now pitching for the Viera Hawks, the right-hander, number 30, Declan McBride.
So Declan McBride takes his final warm-up tosses here as we go to what more than likely is the final AB for Rockledge. As Izzy Montanez will lead it off. Izzy tonight, sack fly, pop out, and a ground out. So Izzy.
Left fielder number 28, A.J. Contreras. Excuse me, number 2, Izzy Montanez.
So McBride's first offering is ball one. 1-0. And that ball is lifted into left field. Calling and hauling is, I believe that's Aiden McMahon out there for out number one.
And that will bring up right fielder number 13, Jackson Casey. 1 out.
Aiden Cameron. Aiden Cameron. Jackson Casey steps in, struck out, singled, and grounded out tonight. And there's a shot. Nice backhand by Slavic over to first. 2 outs.
Casey with the ground ball to second base. That will be out number 2. That will bring up
Kalen Townsend steps in.
number 7, Kalen Townsend.
Townsend tonight. Flied out, hit by a pitch. Flied out twice to the center fielder. So 2 quick outs by Declan McBride. First pitch offering to Townsend is ball one. And that's a hard ground ball. Vogel lost his hat. What a throw. Got him. Oh, no, he didn't. And that's an infield single by Townsend.
Townsend that'll put a runner at first base with 2 outs. And that will bring up the left fielder number 28, A.J. Contreras. 2 outs.
I'd be doing the headset thing. Let's take a look. It's a good play. Good hit. A.J. Contreras steps in. Pitch. Outside. Ball one. Fouled back to the screen. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here. Bottom of the 6th. Coming up for the Hawks in the scheduled to hit is Cameron Fowler and Confreda. Outside, 2-1. Rockledge looking to make it 3 in a row over Viera and 21 out of 25. The 2-1 is a chopper foul, and we are deuces wild here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The turn card pitch will be on its way here from Declan McBride. Pitch on its way. Strike 3, and we go to the top of the 7th. Cameron, Fowler, and Confreda. Final 3 outs for the Hawks coming up. All right, Hawks looking for a big rally here. Aiden Cameron, hopefully, for Hawks fans, will lead it off here. Cameron tonight hit by a pitch, popped out and grounded out. First pitch offering, outside, ball one. These things usually start with a couple of walks. And that ball is popped up. I don't know if anybody's got a bead on it. No. As Dylan Turner, a freshman, out there to try and finish the game off. No post-game interviews tonight. I got to get out of here and go grab. And, oh! Another web gem. Great play by the shortstop, Gabe Gonzalez. And Gabe Gonzalez, I think, is probably going to be our player of the game tonight. Gabe had a great night, I think. I'll have to go back and look. But anyway, no post-game interviews tonight. I got to get over to – we have 2 lacrosse games going, so I got to make my way over to the Viera Oviedo girls lacrosse game. 2 really good lacrosse games going on right now. The Oviedo Lions are 24th ranked, Viera 33rd. And, of course, the boys' game is the Brevard County. It's the Battle of Brevard, the 2 best lacrosse teams in Brevard in Holy Trinity and Viera. 1 out. Fowler swings and misses. 1-2 from the freshman. Fowler asked for and is granted time. Pitch. And there's a chopper foul. 1-2. Pitch did not go. I think gamers are us. Our top of the 7th inning closeout sponsor. Pitch. Fowler looks at another high strike or high ball, 3-2. So an opportunity here, as minute as it is, Dylan Turner with a full count to J.J. Fowler. Inside, ball 4. And Fowler reaches.
Got to put a runner on first base for the Hawks here in the top of the 7th, and with 1 on and 1 out, brings up first baseman number 3, Brennan Confreda.
Brennan Confreda steps in. And keep your eye on Fowler. Confreda tonight, grounded out, singled, and flied out. And looks at ball 1. The freshman right now struggling a little bit with control. 1-0. That's a strike. Right down Raider way. And the catcher throws that one to the second baseman. One and one. Pretty good softball game going on behind me, it sounds like. The 1-1 is popped up and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. But this is where Turner was with Fowler, so let's see if he can finish off Confreda. He could not finish off Fowler. A righty-lefty matchup here. Pitch upstairs, 2-2. And you can hear Coach Greg Claiborne telling him, settle down, throw strikes. 2-2. Popped up, and that is off the screen. Nice job by Brennan to stay alive and live for another pitch. Still 2-2. And that'll avoid the double play. Nice job on the run, and that is 2 outs on the ground out.
Down the second base on the ground ball as Confreda grounds out to short. And with the runner at second base.
2 outs now.
And 2 outs brings up third baseman number 24, Caden Daugherty.
Caden Daugherty, the last hope for Viera tonight, with Jay Fowler at second. That was a tailor-made double play, but Fowler was off and running. Turner takes a peek back, kicks and fires. Strike one. The Rockledge Raiders will add to their win total. They'll move to 14-7, and Viera will drop to 14-7, identical records. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Couple more games left for each here. 2 strikes, Hawks down to their final out, or final strike, I should say. Daugherty and Turner. 0-2, 2 outs. Turner sets, kicks, fires, and that'll do it. The Rockledge Raiders, for the 21st time in the last 25 games against the Viera Hawks, have won it. They do so 9-2, and they have now taken 3 in a row.
For the Viera Hawks, 2 runs on 7 hits, 1 Raider error, 3 runners left on base for a score of 2. The Rockledge Raiders, 9 runs on 11 hits, 1 Viera error.
So Orville's given the numbers, and he says there's only 3 runners left on base. That's not the case. Viera left 9 runners on base tonight, and that was the key tonight for Viera. It was the runners left on base not being able to come through. But for the key for Rockledge was their ability to play good baseball, good fundamental baseball. They did, and they 9 runs on 11 hits, 1 error tonight. Their winning pitcher is Carter Kimmerling, and congratulations to Carter. I have to take a look and see who our player of the game is, but the Rockledge Raiders win it 9-2. Both teams now 14-7. Want to thank all of our sponsors, particularly the Viera Hawk RBI Club and